Where are the OG World of Warcraft YouTubers nowadays? I'm sure you guys know some of them like OG Krendor, Swifty, so many of the people that started the World of Warcraft content scene. Where have they gone? Let's dive into it and see what this video is about.
Before brand deals, million-dollar studios, and people crying about changes in your video game, there was a different YouTube. A time,
Wait, does my video come up there?
studios, and people
Asmon, Mad Season, Dorons.
crying about changes in your video game, there was a different YouTube. A time when uploading a random piece of gameplay could change your life forever. If you've been playing WoW for a while, you will know the names like Swifty, Bajheera, and even Mitch Jones. But most of you probably lost track and won't be able to tell me where they are now and what they do today. This is the story of the original WoW content creator generation.
Guys, back when actually having an internet connection and being able to upload things meant you could get views. Back before the YouTube algorithm was min-maxed around every second mattering and people having the brain capacity of a toddler, honestly. Like baby sharked our fucking minds with how much like Instagram and Reels and like TikTok is just the brain rotification of content creation.
I have some really bad news. I was banned from World of Warcraft last night.
John Swifty Pyle was one, if not the first big WoW content creator. When he uploaded his first video on August 19th of 2006, titled Swifty Incredible Warrior Tricks, he attracted thousands and thousands of views, which instantly gave his channel a massive kickstart. Shortly after, he released another video, giving birth to the famous one-shot button macro that resonated with WoW players of that era and manifested itself as one of the best and most influential videos in the World of Warcraft scene.
Okay guys, now I'm going to show you how to do 100,000 damage crit.
With each future upload, his fame grew rapidly. Swifty's content blended skill, humor, and game knowledge, which was something no one had done yet. In the early 2010s, he formed a strong friendship with another prominent creator called Athene, and
Oh man, Athene and Swifty. The OGs, man. These guys predate Soda Poppin as well, if I remember correctly. I think Soda was still first generation WoW content creation, I think, right? Or was Soda second gen? Oh well.
attended many different conventions, expanding his content beyond just PvP guides into humorous IRL videos and broader entertainment in general. Short time after, he built an entire gaming house with multiple PC setups, live stream cams that were recording 24/7, and sponsor deals. It was ambitious and very bold at the time. Some fans loved it, but others called him out for doing too much. For many, Swifty paved the way for all future WoW streamers like Asmongold or Sodapoppin. Regardless, at this point, he pretty much became the face
So he was first gen and Soda and Asmon would be second gen
of the
then.
WoW scene.
So am I, having started in 2023, third gen or fourth gen? I think S-Fan would be third gen. S-Fan and Stay Safe would be third gen. And then I would be fourth, or am I fifth gen at this point? Which generation of WoW content creation are we even on at this point?
His audience and fame grew so much that Blizzard eventually decided to put him in the game in Warlords of Draenor as an NPC called John Swifty, resembling his exact character from vanilla times, with quotes that play into his entire career like "I only had one shot." But unfortunately, this NPC got eventually removed again in BFA due to heavy accusations against Swifty of sexual misconduct. Although this was never proven, Blizzard decided to remove him anyway. And by the mid-2010s, things slowly changed. He moved his focus from content creation on YouTube to his live streams on Twitch. Reddit posts emerged with titles like "What the hell happened to Swifty?" Critics pointed to lazy thumbnails, filler content, and most importantly, burnout. Some said the 24/7 cam house streams hurt him more than it helped. But through it all, Swifty kept streaming and never quit. Although his numbers steadily declined and his live viewers got less and less, Swifty saw a second wind with the classic launch in 2019. Old fans returned and he was back on this infamous warrior. His streams picked back up and it seemed like a return to form, just with a few more grey hairs. Nowadays, Swifty still streams regularly, mostly WoW, both retail and currently Mist's Classic. He's nowhere near his peak fame, but he's active, passionate, and connects to his loyal fans every day. He's a reminder of WoW's golden age and how far the creator scene has come. Swifty also sometimes broadcasts his progress on his very own retro-themed cafe arcade, combining food service and nostalgia decor, fulfilling his lifelong dream of owning an arcade one day where kids can experience and learn to love what Swifty grew up with. Before we continue learning about the past, let's talk about a way to learn something new today.
Sponsorship by boot.dev. What a Giga Chad fucking sponsorship. I'm gonna let the sponsorship play, muted of course. But like, you know, if you guys want this boot.dev thing, there'll be a link in the description down below to my man's video, so you guys can go use his boot.dev code and go, you know, if you're interested in it. But it is kind of interesting, like all things considered, when you look at the decline of somebody like Swifty. I don't think he cares. He still streams daily. He still enjoys the game. He still plays. He still enjoys all the activity. He just plays WoW for fun now. He's not chasing YouTube views or YouTube clips. He's in his retirement arc. He was big, he was famous, and he's still well known. But as of right now, all he cares about is having a good time in World of Warcraft, playing Classic, playing MOP, maybe even retail. He's one of the OGest of OGs, and now he's in his retirement arc, his old man like arc, if I guess you could call it, like the Thorfinn arc. But still, it is kind of cool to see people like Swifty still being around. But Swifty is somebody a lot of people knew was still around, but there's a lot of people that aren't around anymore whatsoever, and those are the people I'm more interested about. Where did the other OGs go?
Video. And now let's get back to the next content creator that started his career destroying noobs on his paladin.
Athene?
Hi everyone, this is Athene. I'm Athene from Memories, best paladin of the server battle group, but also the world.
Bajheera Athene Boomaza started his YouTube career in 2007, where he initially focused on World of Warcraft videos. In his earliest videos, he played a character he called Athene, an arrogant, conceited gamer. His initial breakthrough came with a video titled Best Paladin of the World Pawning Nubs on My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, blending absurdity, music parodies, and very elite gameplay. This exact video, and others like it, quickly attracted millions of views and a rapidly growing subscriber base. Many people hated him on the WoW forums and thought he meant everything he said. He basically invented rage baiting with the Athene character. He wasn't only the class clown of the WoW community though, he was actually a very skilled speed leveler and achieved many world firsts in WoW. First to 70, first to 80 and first to 85, which at the time had to be confirmed by Blizzard themselves, since you couldn't just look it up on Wowhead or Twitch real quick. This earned him the title of self-proclaimed best gamer in the world.
So my man was the OG Asmongold, rage baiting left and right, while still being relatively skilled. I remember Athene's PvP videos. Dude was actually good, if I remember correctly. I do think he did rage bait with some of his comments, but I do think he was actually genuinely a really good gamer, if memory serves correctly.
Channel's first 20 uploads alone garnered over 20 million views at this point, and by 2013 he had amassed nearly 700,000 subscribers, which at the time was an insane feat to reach. For comparison, the biggest YouTuber at the time, PewDiePie, had around 3 million subscribers. In 2008, he released a series of mockumentaries.
Wait, so Athene had 700k subs and PewDiePie had 3 million. God damn, man, what a different time, what a different era of YouTube.
Named Wrath of the 1337 King, which followed Athene's everyday life. This was also the time his content started to shift away from World of Warcraft into something else. See, Athene was always hard to identify. He constantly switches between multiple personalities and characters whenever it suits him. He has his cocky, overconfident WoW personality, a political, philosophical and scientific person, and a crypto sellout personality, but more on that one later. In 2011 he released Athene's Theory of Everything. This video supposedly explains new evolution in neuroscience and new solutions to unsolved problems in physics. So basically something he never talked about.
What does this have to do with World of Warcraft? What the fuck was Athene doing? God damn.
Before. In 2012, Boomaza raised over $20 million for the Save the Children Foundation by promoting it on his own YouTube channel and Twitch live streams, and he eventually traveled through rural Mali to document and stream the charity work. This all sounds great though, right? Well, many people, myself included, doubt that they actually raised $20 million, which is an insane amount of money in the first place. They believe that Athene scammed his fans and used it for moral superiority whenever he gets called out for something. If you don't believe me, here you go. He even admits it in one of his live streams back then.
It's all a show in a Fugazi. We promote it that way. Nobody's telling you this is fucking real. Okay, it's a show. Okay, let's say you get scammed. Even if you do get
What is it with WoW content creators and crashing out? If you think about it, there's a lot of WoW creators that just started crashing the absolute fuck out.
scammed, okay, whatever. You got scammed, okay. I fucking told you guys. It's all a fucking scam. So it's not even an argument. If I go to my viewers, right, and I say, get fucking Purpose and Doobie, you're gonna get scammed, and you get on it, then nobody else, you can't go afterwards to people say, like, I got scammed. No, it's part of the fucking show, man.
This sealed his entire downfall from fame to what he does today. Nowadays, he lives in a commune with many other people promoting shady and dubious cryptocurrencies and mobile games. Whenever you catch him live streaming, which is already pretty rare, you will probably find him trying to promote one of his crypto mobile games and talk about philosophical things, while having about 3 to 4 active viewers in the chat. His YouTube is also just an artifact of the past. His old videos are completely gone, and the only things left are his weird philosophical ones. A few years after his downfall, a person from Athene's commune reached out online and exposed that she was emotionally abused and manipulated by Athene himself.
From literally up here all the way down to wherever the fuck Athene is now. Damn, is this what's gonna happen to me? I'm going to suddenly get 2,000-3,000 viewers and go through the most massive crash out known to mankind and just tweak the absolute fuck out of here? Absolute insanity, chat. Absolute insanity. God damn.
Threatened to sue her for defamation while being scared that he would actually kill her. He turned from this funny, edgy...
The sentences and words I'm hearing do not correlate to World of Warcraft. He threatened to kill her. Brother, you should have kept rage baiting World of Warcraft. Imagine Athene's comeback during Classic. But he crashed out in a whole different way than my current Classic Plus crash out, I'll tell you that much.
WoW persona to a horrible, narcissistic, abusive and scamming monster.
Hello everyone and thank you for tuning in to TradeChat. My name is Panzer and...
Danielle TradeChat Mackey, also known as Panzer, launched her YouTube channel around May of 2009.
I remember her. She got really, really big. And then she just disappeared. I forget the drama with her. We're about to find out again. Chat, did she also crash out? Let's find out.
Channel focused on World of Warcraft content, TradeChat commentary, vlogs, shows like Wowhead Downtime Tuesday and Derpcraft. By early 2010s, she's also gained attraction through reality TV shows like King of the Nerds and The Tester.
It is I who hold the key to awakening the Elder God.
Her content appealed to WoW fans who enjoyed humor mixed with
Chat, she did not become a Nazi, did she? Did she become a Nazi? Is that what happened?
practical gameplay tips and casual streamer vibes. Panzer was also one of the first YouTubers that uploaded reaction content, mainly to Blizzard cinematics like Honor and Glory from Overwatch or the BFA cinematic trailer. Although she wasn't as large as other top streamers in the WoW section, she cultivated a loyal audience and was referenced many times within WoW's in-game culture, where fans every now and then jokingly said that she had an item named after her. Get it? Because she's named TradeChat? Never mind. So, if everything was going so well for her, and she was loved by so many people, why did she leave the YouTube scene entirely by 2021? Around the WoW
Did she get cancelled by the classic community because the classic community didn't think she was real enough, or because she was a Nazi? Because I'm gonna be real, I don't think the classic community would cancel somebody for being a Nazi. I think they'd find it funny.
Classic release period, Panzer became involved in controversies. She made content about legacy servers that many people interpreted as slightly critical.
Nostalgia's vanilla WoW legacy servers, okay?
Some fans labeled her anti-classic, leading to online backlash. And we all know what happens when you go against classic players. And
My brother, say less. I make classic content. I have been told to kill myself more times than I can count. I've been called many, many horrible slurs. For some reason, people think saying you're Middle Eastern or hashtag you're brown is an insult. Like, my brother, I may be Turkish, but I'm not brown. At least, I mean, I guess I am, you know. Look, appearances are subjective. But no, they can be hella fucking wild about their anger towards you for going against the grain.
And their beliefs. As stated on Reddit by another user, she made a video about Nostalria's shutdown, where she got a bunch of stuff wrong, which made people mad. She then went on to say that pro-legacy people were a small but loud group, and led up with a tweet saying that she blocked Mark Kern, the guy who made WoW Classic possible in the first place, for harassing her after he made a perfectly innocuous comment.
Then when she was tweeting to Mark Kern, she blocked him for harassing her after he made a perfectly innocuous comment. Now, based on what I've seen of Mark Kern lately, she probably did the wrong decision by trying to fight against the classic crowd. And now, hindsight is 2020. So she clearly wasn't prepared for what the classic community at its special peak back in 2017, 18, 19 was gonna do to her.
Her after he made a perfectly innocuous comment. She later on stated on Twitter that she does.
I don't make YouTube videos anymore because I got sick of being dehumanized by incels. Nothing I said in any video ever validated the levels and amount of abuse I have received and still receive. How much is one person supposed to take? Getting threatened, photoshopping offensive photos, having porn videos of other women labeled with my name, getting emails from strangers calling me horrible names, people mailing me terrible things to my PO box. Anytime I say anything about it, people clamor to my mentions to tell me don't feed the trolls. I'm literally expecting to just be a punching bag in silence. Yeah, so Asmund said this best, where he said, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You can't hurt my feelings. And I'm not saying it's the same thing, because he is the Roach King, and, you know, like, what are you going to say to him? He's got roaches on him, right? Like, it's not going to affect him. He doesn't give a singular flying fuck. But no, it's like, if you let comments get to you, content creation definitely isn't for you. Like, I get a lot of hate comments. Not in the grand scheme of things, like 1 or 2% of my comment base, right? Of my, like, reactions or my, of what I do. 1 to 2% is negative. But the negative ones stick with you a lot more than the positive ones. But if you let that get to you, if you don't have the thick skin to, like, just brush it off, you can't make it as a content creator.
Doesn't make YouTube content anymore because she got sick of being dehumanized by incels, and that nothing she ever said validated the hate she received. It got so far that she got threatened IRL, got photoshopped into offensive photos and deepfake adult videos posted across the entire internet. She also stated that she's currently focusing on streaming for the time being. This was around the 2019 mark. And 2 years later, she briefly made a return with content mainly about Animal Crossing and Among Us, but as you can see from the like and dislike ratio, she still had people following her just to hate. And as of now, she seems like she made a permanent retreat from the online world. Her last video uploaded was on April 1st of 2021, and all other social media channels are pretty much dead since 2024. It's very sad to see someone like her get hated into the ground for having an opinion not everyone can agree with.
Chat, what do you mean did Edmund just have a good take? Okay, guys. But no, absolutely, I do feel bad for her. Sadly, women in the content creation space will get much more hate than men will. It looks that way because the hateful comments are easier to make, right? For a guy, you can call them broke, gay, this, that. But for most guys, if your life is fine, you can brush that shit off. Right? Like, people made memes of Agron fucking feeding me milk out of a goddamn bottle with AI. So, like, there's some wild images about me on the internet. But it doesn't fucking matter because, like, okay? But, like, it's easier said than done to ignore hate. So rest in peace, TradeChat, and maybe someday she'll come back, who knows?
Hey guys, Bajheera here. So I'm on this new troll I created.
This was Jackson Bajheera Blyton's first ever video created and had the title Bajheera WoW's Introduction Vid, which marked the beginning of his YouTube career towards the end of 2010. Early on, he mainly focused on World of Warcraft arena gameplay, PvP strategies.
Bajheera when he was skinny and not bald. So his muscles came at the cost of his hairline.
Class guides and wholesome genuine vlogs.
I wanted to say thank you again because it really means a lot to me, and I'm kind of a nerd like this, so at different points in the day I'll like check my not my Facebook. I'll check my YouTube account and check my inbox, or I'll just scroll down and see if I got any like new comments or new PMs or anything because I'm a nerd like that.
He
But
continuously streamed on Justin TV and garnered a good amount of followers of 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. His rise to fame didn't really come until 2014 though, where he was voted #1 most popular WoW PvP streamer, which skyrocketed his view count and fan base.
You won! I was like, oh my god! I was so happy. Give her a big hug. Oh my gosh. So thank you guys.
He has earned his title of Gladiator in the arena more than 20 times and achieved rank 1 status, placing him in the top 0.1% of WoW PvP competitors. He even got honored by Blizzard by adding his very own
Bajheera is an OG. He is a go-to PvP. Even today, in today's day and age, I think he still has a lot of viewers. I think he averages 600-700 on Twitch and like 300-400 on Twitter. I'm not sure on his YouTube. I haven't watched the Bajheera video in a while. I used to watch it a lot more back during the WoD era, I think, is when I was used to watch him a lot more often. But dude's definitely an OG GOAT. He's definitely one of he's second gen alongside Soda Poppin.
NPC into the game who you can find to this day on Ashran, called Jackson Bajheera. His insane skill at WoW and the warrior class isn't everything he's interested in though. Bajheera is also a big fan when it comes to working out and bodybuilding. He carved a niche combining high-level gaming with fitness and wellness, and streams workouts from his home gym and shares tips on how gamers can stay healthy. He's so good at both in fact that he can train his back while destroying his opponents in a 3v3 arena. He even competed at the Musclemania World Championship in California and won. Unlike all other creators on this list, his story doesn't really diverge into any huge drama or leaving WoW for something else. He still does his WoW PvP content on Twitch and YouTube, but now also has his family and personal life with his wife, their son, and their cats, often shared with the viewers through vlog-style videos or streams. His view count naturally decreased over time, but he still is the same kind and entertaining person he was 10 years ago.
And Bajheera's the GOAT. Much love to that man. No drama, no controversy. He keeps making PvP content, makes good money, has a good life, family, everything. He's blessed. So, you know, I'm proud of the man. I'm glad he didn't really have anything bad happen to him. He didn't really deserve it either.
Oh fuck, I'm dead!
Now, Mitch Jones was as big as Soda Poppin'. But Mitch Jones, if I'm remembering correctly, has a lot, and I mean a lot of drama around him, which made his World of Warcraft career up and down, up and down, up and down. Mitch Jones could have been a 10K Andy. But as people in my chat are now typing Scam Jones, let's just click play.
David Mitchell Mitch Jones began streaming like many other OG creators on Justin TV, focusing mainly on WoW PvP content. He eventually became one of the platform's top WoW content creators, alongside Soda Poppin' and Reckful, averaging thousands of viewers each stream and amassing thousands of followers. He quickly gained traction on his stream with his natural skill in PvP and energetic personality, but eventually in 2015, with the release of Warlords of Draenor, he decided to pivot his content, which is understandable. He hosted dating shows with co-host Reckful at the time and had women on his stream basically every day, milking them for content and giving them the attention they seek. This type of content pulled in a new demographic of viewers who only wanted to see girls and create drama, and Mitch knew that he had to adapt to his new audience. He started saying random things about anyone that got in his way, just to get a reaction from his chat.
What's going on with you and Chalk?
I don't know, is there something going on?
I don't know. I just heard, you know, word of mouth.
Wait, there's beef?
He said, well, not him, but people said that you were like in stream calling him like an elitist.
Yeah, I should have said that, my bad.
This created the infamous Mitch.
Ah, right. I remember this, chat. I remember this. Oh man, it's hard because Mitch had to keep adapting to his audience, but his audience didn't adapt to him, and it just kept getting worse and worse. Like, that need for more views kept getting harder and harder to maintain when the views were based off creating and soliciting more and more drama, more and more reactions, more and more bait. That becomes harder and harder to milk.
offline chat, who would go into other streamers' chats and make fun of whatever Mitch told them, calling Seedu a boring streamer and calling out Hodded for DDoSing and botting, just to name a few. And in a true Mitch fashion way, he would obviously not take any responsibility about these situations and say things like, "It's just a joke." On his streaming journey, he kept throwing friends and people he's close with under the bus. He destroyed his friendship with Soda Poppin by calling his girlfriend some really heavy slurs and told his chat to harass her in her own language.
What's the drama with Leah and Soda? I'm out of the loop and just tuned in. I know you talked about it earlier, but would love a catch up, dude.
He abandoned his best friend at the time, Reckful, by spreading lies and leaking secret information about him. He explicitly said not to tell anyone.
Yeah. I remember this a lot. What he did to Reckful was truly shameful. It is what it is, I guess.
And eventually Reckful announced,
rest in peace, Reckful. Truly an icon and a legend and one of the best WoW creators ever there was.
Live on stream that he doesn't want to have anything to do with Mitch Jones anymore.
I don't think he's really my friend. I thought he was the whole time. I thought he was Mitch Jones the whole time, but he really was David Jones, guys. He's just fucking David Jones. And he just pretends to be Mitch Jones on his fucking, in front of me and on his stream. Like, what the hell? It's so weird.
After this Reckful incident, he pretty much disappeared from the online world, just to occasionally come back for a few weeks and reminisce about the good old times, until he just went MIA again. Eventually, he got in contact with Trainwrecks TV, who wanted to become Mitch's life coach and get his stream back to 20,000 viewers. At first, everything seemed to go great. His views were constantly rising, the hate he received from the Reckful incident would slowly go extinct, and he seemed like he was actually having somewhat of a regular schedule again. But with his growing audience, the audience of Trainwrecks also grew, which made Mitch feel threatened in his role as the superior streamer.
Right, I remember Trainwrecks. Trainwrecks is one of the few people from that era that maintained their ginormous audience and community, whereas other people fell off. So Trainwrecks kept on growing, and now I don't know if he's a billionaire, but dude's rich. Like, he, with the stake and kick and everything, like, my man Trainwrecks got banned, and instead of staying banned, spun up a whole new goddamn streaming platform as a fuck you to Twitch.
Retaliation, Mitch obviously started attacking Trainwrecks, calling him a liar, a manipulator, and in February 2018, he would go live drunk, yell at Trainwrecks for 3 hours straight, and tell his stream his real opinion about him.
Take a break from streaming, bro. Get some ice cream with Celeste.
Listen, Abe,
and host a Morant while you're offline, bro.
Trainwrecks just won a huge jackpot of 37 mil a few months ago on stake. My man Trainwrecks just goes into people's chats and just drops 30k or 50k or 20k. Like, my man Trainwrecks is out here just changing people's lives on a fucking random whim. Like, don't get me wrong, I've watched Trainwrecks for a long time, since 2016, 15, I think. And I'll say one thing about Trainwrecks. I love his content when he's not gambling. I don't enjoy watching gambling content. I have nothing against gamblers. If you're gonna gamble, go ahead and gamble. It's just not fun content for me. So when he does regular things, I typically do watch him, though.
Bro. You can have it. Look at me. You can have it. No, you don't want it? Say that again.
I don't want it.
Oh, okay. Watch him. You don't want it, right? You don't want it. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. I'm sure he doesn't. You don't want it, right? Yeah. You don't want it. Okay.
Harassing other streamers on Twitch was strictly forbidden though, which would cause Mitch Jones to get banned. After his ban expired, he eventually came back and started streaming again. He had a lot less viewers and much more hate again, but he kept on going until July 2nd of 2020, where Byron Reckful Bernstein would take his own life. This news shattered not only him, but the entire streaming world. Mitch spiraled, grappling with guilt, depression, and the what ifs. He's disappeared from streaming for months, and people didn't expect him to return ever again. He was still very open about his grief online though, and commented on Reddit or posted on Twitter about it. In 2021, he channeled his grief into music and released his tribute to Reckful, Now That You're Gone. That same year, he released his debut EP, If I Could Go Back, marking his transition from streamer to artist. But as you might have known by now, Mitch was never the kind of person to stick to one thing, so he decided to make a comeback again on Twitch.
I am not going to say anything because people deal with grief in their own separate ways, and I'm not going to say anything that's going to be controversial in this context. All I'm going to say is R.I.P. Reckful once again.
Where he got into a physical altercation with another famous streamer, Miskiff. He described this encounter as brutal and said that he suffered permanent damage and arterial injuries from it, trying to put Miskiff into the spotlight. Some supported Mitch, but many others questioned his timing and motives. After disappearing once again for a few months, he occasionally made a return with WoW PvP and disappeared shortly after again. There is definitely some sort of consistency with this guy. Nowadays, he has a partnership with an online casino and pretty much only streams gambling content and tries to keep his chat and viewer count up by giving away free money every single stream, which, if you look at his track record, is also pretty questionable since we don't even know if that money ever gets sent out. Thank you once again to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. If you want to try it out yourself, don't forget to click on the link at the top of the description and use
for the video to finish before I
off your first
give my
subscription
opinion.
plan. And if you want to see more stuff like this, check out this video where I tell you why Asmongold quit WoW and will never return to his old roots ever again. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one.
So, overall, in regards to all these content creators, Mitch Jones probably blew the most opportunities. Bajheera is still just doing Bajheera stuff, like much respect to the man. TradeChat got harassed off of streaming. Athene went... Athene went Athene. That's the best way to describe Athene. And Swifty's just an old retired guy who's enjoying his era. Like he's peaceful, like Thorfinn era, just like I have no enemies arc. Just Swifty's just enjoying life and just having fun. This isn't every creator. There's even more creators, but I know you can't cover every creator. It's already 18 minutes long. And this shit could have been like maybe 3 hours long, 4 hours long. Didn't you see Athene's OnlyFans video? I never watched it, but I know it was controversial. But hey, let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Hate this video, dislike. It's my second channel. It's what it is. Go follow me on my main channel and on Twitch. Monday to Friday, 11 AM to 4 PM EST. Urban out. Peace.